Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2021 Blue Speaker of the House Town Hall Debate. Now, presently, we have current Gold Speaker of the House, Aayush Verma, and Rosie Schneider, Delegate Blue Committee Chair, Rayan Ghaffar. Now, both of these are running for the Blue Speaker of the House position for next year's model, and this is their chance to answer questions given to me. So, a couple ground rules first. We are going to open with both candidates giving a 2-minute, they don't have to use all 2 minutes, but a short opener to just lay down exactly what they're about, why they're running, whatever they would like to say. They have 2 minutes to do so, and each will get that allotted time. Following this, I have 5 questions for each of them. They will get 45 seconds to respond, and they will be alternating. And I will be tapping the gavel at 15 seconds remaining, so both the audience and the candidate is aware of how much time they have remaining. And with that, Delegate Verma, you are welcome to give your 2-minute opener.
Sounds good. Hey, everyone. My name is Aayush Verma, and I'm running to be your next Blue Speaker of the House. So just a couple quick things about me. This is my 3rd year in the program, and I currently, I'm from the Hershey High School delegation. So one of the main reasons I'm running is because I love this program. I love this program to bits. I remember when I first joined, I was like, oh, this seems kind of cool, public speaking and all that. I never knew it would have such a community of so many amazing people from around the country, even with this being a national program. I didn't know I was going to meet so many amazing people, gain so many amazing experiences, and learn so many things that have bettered me as a person and helped me teach other kids how to love this program as much as I have. I currently serve as your Gold Speaker of the House as a presiding officer, and I would love to continue to serve as one next year as your Blue Speaker of the House. And yeah, I'm excited to answer some questions. I know Ryan is too, and let's get to it.
Thank you very much, Delegate Verma. Now, Delegate Ghaffar, it is your opportunity to take 2 minutes. Again, don't use all the time if you don't need to make your opening remarks. You may begin whenever you are ready.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rayan Ghaffar from the Rosie Schneider delegation, and I'm ready to be your Blue Speaker. I have a lot of ideas, first and foremost, about my platform, but I'm going to say them for the questions because I want to hear from you guys. But to begin with, I'm a 2-time committee chair. I've served in both the Gold and the Blue House. I was elected to this year's virtual conference on national affairs, and I'm a Model United Nations delegate, so I have experience on YAG in several different levels. And I want to bring this back to the state level. Before I start with my calendar, my bill calendar, and my legislative platform, I want to begin by saying that the reason why I'm running is because I've been inspired by so many Blue Speakers and different leaders of the past. People like Jake Gile, Jonas Creeman, even the current Blue Speaker, Parker Logue, have inspired me to, first of all, join this program, run for committee chair positions, and even run for this position in general. I want to bring that same passion of YAG and same intensity into the Blue House next year, because next year is going to be a recovery year. We obviously took a hit in numbers, and I want to give an idea of how we can recover. I want to begin by saying that as a Model United Nations delegate, I want to try using that program to bring delegates into this program. That idea is something that is unique to me, and by doing that, we can increase our numbers at the state conference. We already do several ideas like KONA, YMC civic engagement programs, and other ideas with Model UN. So it's not that hard to believe that we can try to increase numbers like that, and any other given way we can help other delegations. Obviously, I want to save some time for questions, so I'm ready for those whenever you got them for me, Parker. But those are just some general ideas for my platform. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Delegate Ghaffar, for those opening remarks. And with that, it is in order to move into our first question. And Delegate Ghaffar, the first question will be for you. I will remind you have 45 seconds to answer. I will be tapping the gavel at 15, and you don't have to use all the time if you do not wish. So your first question, Delegate Ghaffar. Now, many kids are coming into your chamber next year who have never had an in-person model. How will that adjust how you run your chambers? You may begin whenever you are ready.
That's a great question. And the number one thing you have to stay aware of is outreach. Most people walking into the Blue House next year will either be a Gold representative or a Blue representative that has never been to an in-person model, or a first year who's either a junior or a senior. So the number one thing you have to do is just communication and outreach. What I plan on doing is creating a Blue House committee like Remind, like I'm doing in my committee right now. By creating a Remind or making myself easily accessible through social media, I'm able to contact my delegates before and during model, giving updates on my bill calendar, giving updates on me as a person so I can make them feel comfortable speaking in my Blue House. By making this happen, I want to ensure that everyone feels comfortable, no matter if they're first year or in the senior in the last year. By doing this, everyone's gonna have a fun time at model, and by ensuring that everyone feels comfortable speaking, I see that as a
I'm
complete.
sorry, Delegate Ghaffar, all time for your question has elapsed. And with that, we will move into Delegate Verma. Same question goes to you. You may begin whenever you are ready.
Thank you for that amazing question. So first of all, I was extremely privileged and lucky to have one in-person model my freshman year, which really taught me a lot about this program. And I hope and I'll be able to use those memories and the skills I learned during that model to better help the delegates in the blue and gold chambers. So as you know, this year, I'll be working alongside you with a combined house with gold and blue delegates. So I'll have the opportunity to work with future and current blue delegates. That way I can learn what they need and how I can help them best. And I'll use what I've learned this year, next year, hopefully as blue speaker. And I'll just see how I can be accommodating towards them and they can have the best model possible. I know there'll be more of a steep learning curve with an in-person model, and I'll definitely be more lax on Partly Pro and all sorts of those things just to make sure the delegates have the best environment possible.
Thank you very much, Delegate Verma, for your response. And now the next question goes to you. Now, the question is, next year has the possibility to be a big transition from virtual to in-person. In what ways are you the right person to aid this transition? Delegate Verma, you have 45 seconds to respond. You may begin at any time.
Yeah, another amazing question. So I've kind of actually liked this virtual year. I think it's a great way we've transitioned with the pandemic and everything. We've done a great job still holding a model with over 300 delegates, and this whole program has just persevered in general. But I'm excited for an in-person model too. And what I think I've learned that it would help us best is just my experience being a delegate in person at model, and then now being a presiding officer during a virtual year. I've learned skills from both ends of the spectrum that I can hopefully combine together and be the best booth speaker possible.
Thank you very much, Delegate Verma. Now, Delegate Ghaffar, the same question goes to you. You have 45 seconds to respond. You may begin whenever you are ready.
Why I feel prepared that I can take on the leadership responsibilities of being the blue speaker in an in-person year, what I feel is like I can bring a level of personality to the Blue House and to my delegates. I want to make sure that through my communication and through my platform, I'm able to ensure that they're not only prepared, but they're prepared and ready to make sure that they can speak well on the House floor. I've debated in a virtual setting for Kona and model last year, and I'm ready to debate on a full House level. I'm ready to lead people in my committee into the Blue House next year, the same way I'm doing this year. And that's why I'm prepared, because I want to make sure that everyone feels comfortable.
All right. Thank you very much, Delegate Ghaffar. And the next question, again, will begin with you. Now, Delegate Ghaffar, why is youth in government important to you? You have 45 seconds to respond. You may begin whenever you are ready.
In my opinion, youth in government is more about a state debate program, a state judiciary competition, more than just press. In my opinion, youth in government is more of like a family, because instead of going out into the House floor and debating your mind out, I've realized that some of my greatest friends in this entire program, my entire life, I've met through this program, rather than my delegation or even outside across the state. I feel that if I'm able to connect to people the same way I've been doing for several years, and I'm able to help people connect to other people, I think that's a huge success. YAG is one of the biggest parts of my life because of the family I've met, and I want to extend this especially to next year. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Delegate Ghaffar. Now, Delegate Verma, the same question goes to you. You have 45 seconds to respond. You may begin whenever you are ready.
There's so many reasons why this program is amazing to me. And it's so important to me, actually. The people I've met, I've made so many friends to this program, from Parker to our Blue LT, Moyes to David, the whole presiding officer team. I've made a great group of friends there. From the people at Hershey, just they've been there from day one. People from East Shore, Springfield, all sorts of those, all the delegations from around the state. I've just gained so many friends. And second, it's helped me grow as a person. When I was a freshman, I was a tiny little kid, pretty scared. I had some confidence, but this has just exploded my confidence and made me such a better public speaker, which I know is so important to your entire life, knowing how to get up on a stage and talk to people and not be scared. And this has just instilled a lot of confidence in me.
Thank you very much, Delegate Verma. And the next question will begin with you. Now, the question is, what is, at least in your opinion, the biggest hardship in the Blue House, and how will you work to solve it? You have 45 seconds to respond. You may begin whenever you are ready.
I think definitely the biggest hardship in the House is delegates being hidden away. I know with the House, there's so many people and it's so chaotic with every person on their own team, unlike the Senate where you have parties. One delegate can take over debate like that. They can continually raise their placard. And while as a speaker, I'm I will do my best to distribute who I pick on evenly. Sometimes it's inevitable where there's a round where no one else is speaking, only one delegate wants to speak, so I have to favor them. But the problem I often see, or what I noticed my freshman year in the House, were delegates in the back who just never talked at all. And I really want to encourage participation right now as gold speaker during model. And next year too, if I were to be elected blue speaker, I would talk with these individuals, these delegates one-on-one, seeing what I can do to make them more comfortable and then making them more willing to get up to the mic and start talking.
Thank you very much, Delegate Verma. Now, Delegate Ghaffar, the same question goes to you. You have 45 seconds to respond. You may begin whenever you are ready.
A big challenge with the Blue House is equal representation. Whether it's making sure that no delegates or no delegation has a far advantage in my bill counter, I want to fight that by making sure my bill counter rotates between debatable and common sense bills, because I want to give a fair spot to everyone on my bill counter. Another main problem that we might see next year is that a lot of people going to the Blue House are former gold delegates that have never been to an in-person model. I want to fight this, like I said before, with my idea for communication and with my idea for outreach to my delegates. Those are ideas that I think are crucial to the Blue House, and I want to solve them. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Delegate Ghaffar. And the final question will begin with you. Now, Delegate Ghaffar, how will you ensure diversity in the chambers, both in your calendar and on the floor? You may begin whenever you are ready. You have 45 seconds.
A big thing I've been emphasizing on my bill calendar is making sure that I give every single delegate and every single delegation a fair spot on the calendar itself. I want to do 1 or 2 debatable bills for every 1 or 2 common sense bills. This ensures that every single bill author has a fair spot on my bill calendar, no matter what they write their topic on, no matter how they write their bill. Another thing I want to do is making sure that I eliminate all types of delegation bias on the calendar. What I plan on doing is making sure I take note of what delegate has spoken, has raised their hand, and what delegation they're from. If I see I'm picking too much of one delegation, I'll try to mix up and pick another delegation. I want to make sure that I can cross out any delegations I'm picking too much to make sure that every delegate and every delegation has a fair spot on the calendar in the Blue House. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Delegate Ghaffar. And now, Delegate Verma, the same question goes to you. You have 45 seconds to respond, and you may begin whenever you are ready.
So an amazing question that really pertains to the whole House's agenda. The House is a mix of people from around the state, people from the north, the south, the east, the west. Everybody from every delegation, well, somebody from every delegation will be in the Blue House with me. And to combat, so I don't inadvertently favor a certain delegation or a certain delegate, I will be removing all delegation names and the name of the person from my bill. I'll, of course, have to contact the person, letting them know that their bill will be on the bill counter when it's on there. But yeah, I won't be utilizing political like ideologies to set up my bill counter. I don't care if you're right, left, or in the center. If it's well written and debatable and makes an impact on the state and in a positive way, and delegates want to debate about it, it will be on my bill calendar. Of course, I'll mix in common sense bills, trying to keep diversity within the bill counter, because the delegates who write those common sense bills still put effort into those bills, and they are still important no matter, even if they don't inspire multiple rounds of fiery debate.
All right. Thank both of you guys for answering these questions. And we are ready to move into our closing remarks. Now, we will begin with you, Delegate Verma. You have 1 minute. I will be tapping the gavel at 20 seconds remaining. Just closing remarks, anything you would like the delegates to hear. And you may begin whenever you are ready.
Thank you. Hey, everyone. Thank you for watching this video. I think it's going to be posted on Wild Apricot. Just thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen to me and Rayan talk about our platforms, answering questions that you guys might have. And I really hope that you think about voting for me. I know I would be amazing for this program as a blue speaker, and I know the things that I've learned as a gold speaker and as a delegate in a virtual and an in-person setting will really help me be the best blue speaker possible for this program. All in all, check out my Instagram at Verma for Blue Speaker. And for good karma, vote Aayush Verma. Thank you.
Thank you for your closing remarks, Delegate Verma. And finally, Delegate Ghaffar, it is your opportunity to give your closing remarks. You have 1 minute. You may begin whenever you are ready.
Rayan Ghaffar, Rose United Delegation. Thank you, Sir Speaker. I want to close by saying thank you, everyone, for hearing me out and Mr. Aayush Verma for listening to us for the town hall. Main thing I want to run on is what I've been trying to tell you since the beginning. I just want to run because I want to give the same excitement, the same energy to YAG that we've had every single year. I want to build upon what the previous blue speakers have done, and I want to make sure that in the next in-person year that I can give 110% to every single person there. I want to make sure that YAG is able to rebuild after an online year, and I want to make sure that nothing drops from what we've done ever since we started this program. I want to give the same level of excitement to this program that's always been there, and I just want to carry on the tradition that previous Blue speakers have set. Thank you.
All right, that closes off our 2021 town hall. Again, I want to give a big thank you to both candidates, Delegate Ghaffar and Delegate Verma, for taking the time this evening to answer your questions. And I hope that all of you that are watching this helps in a more educated decision come model. I know I am very much looking forward to seeing you all and seeing how this thing goes. I think both candidates are very capable and will do an excellent job. So thank you all. Have a good evening, everybody.